Hi guys, I'm getting used to YouTube because this is like it took me 5 minutes to figure out what window it was where I'm supposed to be. So I'm like, oh, where am I? Please help. So I'm glad I'm on. Okay. So oh my god, you guys. So okay, so I saw somebody's birthday. Is there Ruth? Happy birthday. I just saw a comment. It's Ruth. Okay, Ruth. Happy birthday, Ruth. Okay. So okay guys, so okay, the other thing I wanted to say, just because I spent seriously hours like on the makeup take forever, and then I'm like, oh my god, it's time. I saw quickly after I had posted that Debbie, I believe she said, the thing about posting. I know that sometimes I get distracted, but I think what we could do. I like that you guys talk to each other. You know what I mean? I like that this is live, as long as, and I know what I'm going to do, what I think is probably the best compromise. And I thank you, Debbie, for writing that, because I sometimes I get distracted, is that I will close the little, I can close so I don't see it, because when I start a topic, I remember when I was doing the other system that I had this other browse, thing, whatever, browse, I forgot what they call it, this thing, whatever system to go live is the same thing. I used to get distracted with comments, and then I figure out that once I start closing my eyes, I just kind of like not hide the comment window. So anyways, so guys, yeah. Oh, I made the notes. I have a questions. So guys, it's so interesting because when I turned on the news as I was getting ready, I have the news, it's a computer. Okay, so it's the streaming MSNBC, and then I use the computer to put my makeup also as a mirror. But it was like totally in a different, they're talking about the election recount, which is very relevant, but I feel like we are on another planet kind of. And of course, nothing has, you've seen the links. I posted all this information, that has happened just in the course of a day. And it's interesting because none of this is concrete in the sense that, oh, here's an indictment or here's something like, but there's all these threads that seem to be connected, right? There's a sense that there's something really big going on right now. Okay. So this is what we're going to talk about. I'm just going to go over quickly the questions that I wrote, that I had posted. So the first, not the idea, the fact that Trump skipped Arlington Cemetery. Today is Veterans Day. Okay, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there and parents who have children in the military. Okay, so I already talked the other day. You know how I feel about it. So I don't go. With Arlington, what's that? Do you have hot dog? I don't go. No, right? So trash orama. No. I have nothing to say. So anyway, guys. So then he didn't go. Okay, didn't go. So then I thought, at first I thought, oh, it's because he wants to be mean to the military, because he knows the military is not going to let it. Okay, not going to let it get away with it. And then when I saw the other events, I was like, oh, maybe he's raging. He has a raging room in the White House. He was like, because he got the news. Maybe he knows that, because, guys, when I saw the image of Michael Cohen in D.C., think about it, guys. Michael Cohen in D.C. is a big deal, okay? There he was with an attorney, and apparently the article said there's 8 attorneys from Mueller's office working today, and there's Michael Cohen and his attorney there in D.C. I feel like there has to be something connected to the campaign violations. Yeah, a little meeting, perhaps. Because you know how sometimes as far as I can recall, when the days when these indictments come, they have to go to the court, right? So maybe he's DC because tomorrow there's day in court, huh? And it's the day when you have to show up. Yeah. So that's that. Okay. So then there's also the fact that Fox, WikiLeaks, and what is it called? The Drudge Report. The Drudge Report deleted all their tweets, deleted the whole thing. And WikiLeaks is not posting anything, and the same thing with Fox, okay? Fox is not posting. And then Michael Cohen, and then, now guys, this is weird, okay? And I know sometimes I'm like, oh, guys, let's not get let's not get ahead of ourselves. You know what I mean? So whatever. But did you see the guy? Okay, the guy who died. So Devin Nunes, his top staffer, his name is um, Damon Nelson, died after that. He looks like he's not even 40 years old. Okay, he died of after a brief illness. Yeah, really? And he has staffer in the House Intelligence Committee. He worked for Nunes, and he helped write the letter. I think the he wanted those like fake propaganda stuff about how, what do you call it? You know how the Steele dossier is not true. No, 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 no. So it's like, really? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You need to. I need to see autopsy. Seriously? I don't believe. I'm like, really? They just dropped dead like that? Yeah, just like that. 39. Just a night. He had an illness. Bye. Did he have a drug addiction? You know what I'm saying? Like, or something. You know what I mean? Like, if brief illness sounds weird. How do you know that the illness was brief? Right? How do you know? Is it can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know the person has a brief illness and dies? Like, you have to figure out what it is. At that age, it's like, what illness? I don't know what. You know what I mean? What can you get in like a very short period of time? Cancer? If you had cancer, everybody would have known. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, yeah, cause of good brief. Yeah, Russian. Yeah, Dylan's like, it's called Russian flu, exactly. So, okay. And then the last one, not the last, there's more. Okay, so there's this guy, Alexander Malkovich, arrested over the weekend at the Reagan airport. Alexander. So this guy, he had a website, a propaganda website. I think it was even mentioned in the indictment of Mueller, if I recall correctly. I'm sorry, but these people, they just, hello, I'm here, Alexander Malevich. I'm here visiting the United States. So, I'm sorry. And then he's arrested. Really? Oh. Oh. So, it's like, I'm sorry, really? Dude, what the hell are you doing here? Like, how blatant is this bullshit? Seriously. No, I'm not Alexander Malevich. Actually, there's the Malkevich, because there's a very famous painter, Malevich, important painter, abstract painter from the early 20th century, Malevich. But no, he's Malkevich, like John Malkovich, like Malkovich, right? Anyway, long story, long story. So, and then on top of that, we have Jeremy Corsi, who, if I recall correctly, if I remember well, this is the guy who supposedly is the contact he's the main contact for WikiLeaks. And he apparently said he expects to be charged in a few days. So, really? Oh, so guys, okay, so this is all the stuff that has happened. And I was like, oh my God, wait. I felt like yesterday we had a pretty full reading, okay? And I was like, whoa. And then it's like just today, and it was the evening, you know what I mean? It's like it was evening last time we did. And all this stuff came out since. Isn't that crazy? And it's not even, so it's crazy, okay? So yeah, imminent, right? Okay, so because then it's like they're not going to indict people for no reason. I mean, usually when these indictments come, it's kind of like as a group. Him and friends, yeah. Your friends, Jeremy. You lie too. You go to jail. Yeah, everybody does not tell truth. You go to jail. So, okay. Okay, so guys, concentrate. So okay, okay. So let me start from the beginning, okay, with the question of whether, guys, my card's a bit of a mess. I don't want to use cards right now. Let's do visions, and then if anything, I'll do cards later because it's too much information, okay? So, oh my God, okay. So I want to know, first question, let's just find out this. Why did Trump skip Arlington today? I mean, we know he's trash, okay, but still, is it related to, does he know, has he found out any information about indictments? What is the reason? Okay, because I know that he doesn't like to talk about anybody else but himself, but I have a sense that there must be a reason. Why? You know what I mean? There must be, So there must be a reason why he's like, guys, there must be a padded room. there must be a padded room in the White House for him. He's like hits things and is breaking things. So why did he skip today? Was it because my first sense is that he wanted to say the military. I don't care about the military. They don't care about me. They don't let me have the parade. They don't let the Russians do whatever. So, but no, maybe it's the entire. So let's find out, and then we'll ask about the other things. Okay, so protection from evil president, from dark peoples. So okay, so then, okay, president, why did you skip today? I mean, I know to him it doesn't really exist. Other people don't exist, but you would think he would use it for propaganda purposes. Okay, but why? Okay, president, why didn't you go today? Do you think I'm gonna get on? Do you think I'm gonna get out of here? No, I'm not gonna talk about them. No, I know who they are. I know who they are. They want to get me down. I have to sit there with them. It's disgusting. I feel like, okay, so he's like, I feel like so he feels that he's gonna go to this thing. You would have to go to that, and then he was gonna see the military people, and he hates them. I mean, he hates everybody who doesn't wear it, but he feels like the deep state, like that. They want to get me down. No. So okay, so look at this, and he. Oh, okay. So look at this. Okay, so what is that? He's like he can't. Guys, honestly, the image I get, I'm trying to translate it. It's like a dog with rabies. Okay, they have foamy mouth. Okay, so literally, like he has rabies. Okay, he's like like that. Like he has he has a foamy mouth kind of situation. Okay, he's like it's like the dog. If they bite you, you could have what is an infection? I don't know what it is. Something. So it's very serious. Okay, so it's very interesting. Okay, so he's that. Okay, so I see him because he has these two envelopes, and he's like, damn it, like he's like hitting the table with an envelope, and I'm here. Do I have a little letter? No, I have a little letter for later, but I don't have an envelope here. But he's like getting like, look at this. He is like, okay, this, okay, okay. Like somebody how did this get to me? He's sort of like, how the hell who do they think they are? Because finally, but this shows here, guys, that is some sort of indictment already. Okay, what is this indictment? Okay, President, what is this indictment about? Do you think they're gonna take my buildings? No. They think they're gonna take my name now. Who the hell do you think you are? Okay, so what is it? The meetings, and it's like showing the Trump, because it shows the Trump Tower, then a meeting, Trump Tower meeting, and then, guys, and I keep seeing the face of Kushner. I was not expecting Kushner, and I don't want you guys to get too excited about it, but I do see the face of Kushner. Okay, and oh, this is it, guys. This is the connection. Okay, so this is like, it shows me here that there is the thing about the connection to the WikiLeaks people. Whoever is connected to the WikiLeaks, it's like the WikiLeaks conspiracy to get Hillary's emails. Okay, so this is it. The WikiLeaks conspiracy of getting because I feel like the way it's gonna go down with this. I don't know if it's this particular. There's a lot, guys, but this particular one is not. Before we have seen that Mueller goes after one person, right? He goes after a Manafort. He goes after, what is it? Michael, these people, right? So that's one thing. Now this thing, then he got enough information that he now goes after a situation. So it's a different conspiracy. Okay, he calls it a conspiracy. So these people are involved in these conspiracies. Okay, and it's showing that it's the emails of the WikiLeaks and whoever touched these emails and the conspiracy to get materials from the Russians. You know what I mean? So this is why, so this is why it's like so you know what I mean? So this is what I feel like. It's a sense that there's something, okay, so what is this about, Trump? Tell me more. Now that I'm calmer, you're calmer. What is written on this letter? You have two or three. Okay, so they want to take my building. They're saying that the money that they used to buy the properties in my buildings, in my company, was not legitimate. That the apartments they bought was a way for them to buy the election. Buy the elect. What is it? To influence the election. Okay, so they're confiscating the money that somebody paid. Guys. Now I'm seeing that guy's Dmitry Rubiolev, whatever his name is. Okay, so anybody else, people. So then it's like it's okay, guys. It's showing here that's the whole issue of the Hillary emails is a big deal. This is it. This is gonna be so the meeting and all of that. Okay, so the meeting. This is what I feel like. Okay, it's the meeting, and it's showing it's the effort to get the emails from Hillary. You know what I mean? Like the Hillary meeting, to go to WikiLeaks and get these messages. Okay, that's what I feel like. And now it's telling me also, and this is something I was wondering about earlier, that those propaganda channels, they had access to these emails. Okay, they were sent these illegal emails, and they knew. It's showing that there was a kind of like a chain letter about when those emails are going to drop, and they got some of these emails. They took stolen property. Yeah. Imagine it's like I got this earring, right? So they're like, I'm wearing it. Imagine if it belonged to somebody else. So it's like, oh no, it's mine. It's like, imagine if this was stolen or something. I'm wearing an earring. I think it's a crime, right? If you know that something is stolen and you're making use of it in some way, then it's a problem. Yeah, a little problem for you. Yeah, a little problem. So okay. So why? Okay, now let me go back here. So, okay, Trump, I want to know again, why didn't you go out to Arlington? Let's go back here again. Why didn't you go to Arlington? I don't want to see these people. I am tired of them. I'm tired. It's like he feels, guys, this is what is really interesting in a way about Trump, is that he feels that he actually believes that this is personal. He actually believes that it's so hard to, it's not a normal, obviously, imagine if you kill someone, right? And the law enforcement goes after you, you kill somebody, right? But he feels, from his perspective, law enforcement is wrong because they're going after him. Why him? So many people kill. Why me? Why are you going after me? You don't like me. That's it. You don't like, it's personal. Instead of like the crimes, he has committed crimes. And it's interesting because if you think about Trump, guys, he's extremely lucky, right? Because he was born with a silver spoon. So he's never really experienced hardships. He's never really experienced normal things, I think. Okay. Right. In the sense of, right. It's like, he's never had a challenge. He's always been buffered by money. And you saw that there was this recent article in the New York Times about how his dad really, his whole life, even very recently, bankrolled his everything, and the money that he had came from his dad completely. And his dad was the guy who really made the money. And so it's like he doesn't get it, that he really guys, I'm telling you, and this is like I hope God, there's justice, because he believes seriously, I can see him. Only the little people, the poor people, go to jail. Do I look like somebody who goes to jail? No. He literally, he truly does not believe that he believes this, guys. Okay, he believes that there's some people who are like God sent or something. He believes that. Not God, the devil, really, but okay. So now, this is the thing. Okay, so then he feels that because it's like I try to, as try to answer the question. I need to have the answer to the question. So I see all these things, guys. All these things. that, okay, got all this information. So now I see that he got there's 2 or 3 notices. I don't think it's subpoenas. I think it's indictments. Okay. Um, and then, okay. And then why does he have a beef with the military? Why do you don't like them? I hate that Dunford guy. I had asked him, why couldn't we do this space channel, whatever is space race? We need to do that. The Russians were offering us information. They were so nice. And then Mr. Dunford couldn't do it, General Dunford. Guess what? Michael Flynn didn't have a problem. He did what I did. He did what I would have wanted, So you see what I'm saying, guys? So it's interesting, okay, because that's what I think, okay? He knows that the military is really like, and it's interesting it's Veterans Day, right? Because the military is literally like a wall. He hit a wall. And it's interesting because the military people, and I don't know, actually I don't know any military person in my life. I don't know anyone who is in the military. But I have a sense, at least in the US military, whatever, like that these people, you can insult them and they kind of like stay silent. They're kind of like disciplined. It's the opposite of Trump, right? He's the person who just does whatever he wants, whatever, and he could be like, "Hey, who the fuck you think you are, man?" And they just kind of like. And what's also interesting is that if you think about all the appointments that you can make, right, for the government, he appointed all these people who had no experience in anything to destroy these departments, but with military he couldn't. Like, you can't just be like, hey, I'm Rosie, psych investigator. I'm the general. Yeah, I'm general. President, point to me. Yeah, we're going to Afghanistan. Yeah. Yeah. Right? It's not the kind of thing that you could just show up. You have, you need a career. You need years and years and years. And it's, it's a huge thing, guys. Okay, so it's not like he was not able to influence the military in the way he wanted. And I'm getting here, guys, Oliver North. You know that he actually is the head of NRA right now. And so Oliver North, it's like I feel like he's like, oh, there's a sense that Oliver North was that was the moment what it could have almost been. Okay, so yeah, I feel like this is a thing. It's like he couldn't guys, what's so interesting now? Remember when I did that reading? It seemed so crazy at the time, like, oh, the military really are going to help, and now it makes perfect sense, right? It's like the world has changed. So even it wasn't that long ago, I started having these visions about the military. It was like December of last year, but then I would have them again, and now it makes perfect sense. Why? Because of course. If we put together all the things that he has done and all the ways that he has corrupted so many things, then it's like, oh, of course the military are like, no, really, yeah, oh yeah, and that's the thing, guys, that I feel like for some things, and for some things, really, like, you need experience. I'm sorry, I understand it's nice to say, oh, young people, whatever, anybody could be president, great, but you know what? You need experience. You need experienced people. You need their confidence. You need to learn from them. Okay, and so it's just like, and this, I mean, I think they already did not like him at all, but doing what he's done. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to keep going, hitting again and again and again the same thing. But I still cannot believe. I cannot believe that it's like, I can't believe it because he's trash. He's the devil. But I feel like, can you imagine a president who does this is so trash, is so low of the low? I just can't even. I cannot. And not to say like I don't want to defend George Bush or anything, but I remember, like, I didn't think, at least, even though hello Florida, have problems similar to Bush election. How interesting, huh? But but even then, I never thought I had no doubt, okay, that they were like, they cared about the military, whatever. It wasn't like it didn't even cross my mind. Okay, so now it's like this guy, he's just the trash. Guys, I honestly think the rats in the sewer will be like, no, bitch, get out of here. No. They'll be like, no, you don't know. So anyway. Okay, so all right, so then we have so then this it explains. Okay, so it's these indictments is the fact that when people don't do what he wants, he yells at them, he bullies them, and he tries to get revenge, and he can't do that to the military, and that's it. He hit a wall. That's it. He hit a wall. Bitch, no, 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 no. So that's it. So he's pissed. That's the thing, guys. What's so interesting, and it's showing me here that Trump, when he hit, this was, I don't know if there's this guy, I forgot his name, David K something. He always is on MSNBC. He's the guy who wrote that book about him, with him or something, and he knows like Trump's MO really well. And he said that Trump, when he is exposed, when he starts to lose, he leaves. And I think this is the moment where he can't leave necessarily. He can't just walk away. He's bound, by obviously the fact that he's president, and he can't. I feel like this is it, So, okay, now, so this makes sense why he didn't go. Okay, so then let me move on, because it's like, oh, Dave, that's right, David K. Johnston. That's right. He's very interesting. He always has a really interesting insight. So, okay. So now let's find out why Fox News, WikiLeaks, and the Drudge Report. Why have they been silent? And why did Drudge Report? Why were they silent? Why? Damn. Whoa, guys. So whoa. Oh my god. I don't know if it's true, but it the guys in the office, I think it's this Drudge guy, and then it comes the guys, like look like Mueller a little bit, Men in Black, FBI, and so the FBI, and then I feel like so the FBI comes is like, you're barred from communicating. There's a sense, I feel like there's an order, a judicial order, I think, that they're like, what is it? Not just, I feel like you can't, barred. So I feel like, I don't know if they did it through Twitter or however they did. But I see that these FBI agents going, I don't know what it is, guys. It's something where he goes to their office. It's not Mueller, but several people go, and he's like, FBI, this is an order where you must stop communications. We're cutting. And guys, this reminds me of something. I don't know when it was. There was a reading a while ago I did. Of course, I don't remember which one, but I remember saying something about the propaganda channels, that Mueller was going to cut the source. I don't know if you remember this. It was like a radar. They were like, it's going to cut the source. So at the moment when Trump falls, the source people can't what is it? They can't accumulate or whatever. But I feel like it's not just that they take the computer, but it's like they bar the person from emailing, or there's a sense where like the channel is stopped. I don't remember I don't know what it is called or how, but it's a little bit like, for example, I can't think of an example. But for example, let's say you sell. The only example I can think of is communicate, exactly, stop the communication line. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if it's season is this something else. It's like they're cutting the communication, like cutting a phone line kind of situation, okay? Because they determine that the communication is dangerous. It's a little bit like they see it as code. Okay, it's like it's showing me this image of code, like World War II, World War II, where they had the code breaking. So they're showing that they have to cut this communication because they see it as Morse code, But it's more like, it's telling me that in the context of what we're understanding, that they understand that the communication they're having or they're sharing is part of a bigger operation. Okay. It's not just search warrant, because search warrant means that they're going to search. You could keep doing whatever it is that you want. Okay. So these people, the Fox and the Drudge or whatever these people are, I think they're like, you're not going to do this anymore. You're coming with us. Or is it coming with them? I don't know. Kind of interesting. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm just saying, guys, what I'm seeing. Sounds, I'm like, kind of, it's so interesting because I just say what I see, and then I'm like, whoa, it's kind of interesting. Wow. Yes, that's right. Love and Light, Cynthia, it's interruption of airways. That's right. Yeah. So no, but there's more, guys. It's like you can't talk right now. It's kind of like, imagine if, okay, an example. Okay, imagine if you belong to ISIS, right? And you on ISIS and you're like, oh, go kill somebody, go kill that guy, go, whatever. Now it's time for the whatever murder infidels, whatever. So if you're the terrorist, like, I'm sure you can't just go posting that. Okay, they're gonna stop it and they're gonna be like, no, this is So it's kind of like if you communicate with people from ISIS and you were spreading their message, they're gonna stop it. They'll be like, no, 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 uh-huh, no, oh, no, no, right? So it's kind of like that. Wow, guys, guys are so interesting. Okay, so yeah, code messages. So that's the sense I get here. Okay, so there's so they do that, and there's shit about to go down. Also, gets okay. Let me just now. What's going on? So there's shit about to go down. You don't need to worry. We flew over France. Shit about to go down. We cut the airways. We cut the change. Yeah, it's. There's this guy, very handsome man here talking to me. Looks like Robert Redford. So he's telling me, he's saying that when big operations are about to go down, it's like sort of looks like a movie to me. Like back in World War II, we cut the signals, the radars, so that all the operations could go down smoothly or whatever. So it's kind of like how it is, okay? So I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know if it's like, oh, it looks like like those like the sky, sunset sky, flying on an airplane, like Air Force or something. I'm like, oh, I don't know. So okay, so so because as you guys know, all this Twitter stuff is propaganda, right? But there's these channels and everything, and I'm getting this image of Dan Scavino, who's like, oh, what happened? Oh, oh, interesting, yeah, interesting. Wow. So that's it, guys. Okay, so that's what it looks like to me. There's stuff about to go down, and I think they're not obviously like, hi, this is the FBI. I'm here to tell you that stuff is about to go down. No, they just tell them to stop, but they're having this conversation that stuff is about to go down, and. So okay, all right. So then, oh, very hot, very hot. Okay, so then next is, oh my god, so much information. Okay, so then Michael Cohen. Oh my god, isn't it crazy? Like so much informations. And I'm probably gonna go over, guys, as you know, because we have so much questions. Yeah, questions. I don't want to stop, if you have hot informations. Okay, so then Michael Cohen was in DC today, right? I told you, you saw the picture, the link. What was he doing there? Hmm? Mm-hmm. Was something happening? Something happening? What? Okay. Oh my god. Okay, so what's happening? Why was Michael Cohen in DC today? Does this mean that something is going down? Some indictments? Something? What is it doing there? Why was it there? What was it there? Okay, Michael Cohen, what are you doing there? Man, I'm so happy now, and I get to say everything I want to say. I know everything. So happy the motherfuckers. They're done, bitches. Okay, so what were you gonna do there? Okay, grand jury. And a grand jury. Okay, so but that was a holiday yesterday. Preparing for grand jury? Okay, what is happening? You want to have testimony? What is it? Okay, guys, so it's showing me here that just by the way, as far as I know about Michael Cohen, everything that has come out in terms of indictments has to do with the payment of the women, right? And that's in New York. Now, what is showing here is that this is about the stuff related to the election. Okay, so it's showing that he's gonna. It's like showing me just like Michael Flynn and Michael Flynn and the other people. He's gonna plead guilty to something other big thing, and it's gonna be like depending on how much he collaborates, he gets a good, a good whatever, a good deal. Or I forgot how you say it. It's like, oh, he agrees that to collaborate, and his sentence may be heavily reduced or whatever. So because it's showing he's in a public place, he's going to be with his lawyer, he's going to come out, and it's not just that he's being interviewed. Okay, it's that because he's not being interviewed today, right? I mean, he could be by the lawyers, but not in the grand jury situation because it's a holiday. So it's like they're going over everything that's going to happen. But tomorrow, how, remember guys how big it was that when Manafort was when Rick Gates were, I guess, when these things came out, it would, none of it was plea deal. Yeah, exactly. None of it was like, oh, they really want to collaborate. It was like they were pushed. But in this case, he really wants to collaborate. So it's gonna be the unveiling of the collaboration, and he's very proud of himself, Michael Cohen. Okay, he's very proud. He's like, yeah. Hi there, President. You think I'm coffee boy? No, no. So yeah. So plea deal. Okay, what is this plea deal about? Election interference payments, Russian payments. Oh, he was that's right, guys. He was director of how good uh RNC. Oh, RNC. Remember? Yeah, RNC. Mm-hmm. He still, I don't know if he still has that job, but he was like RNC finance director or something. Remember Michael Cohen? He had a job like that. So it's going to be about that election financing and a lot of other. And guys, I see that he's going to be. I see that it's going to be he's going to be called, it's so interesting because yesterday, as you guys know, I always have one crime show, crime documentary, all kinds of things. So yesterday I was watching this documentary called White Tea. So it's this guy I had never heard about. He's a Boston Mafia guy who just died, by the way. And it was about his trial. And there was one person there. I kind of like, don't watch, I'm not paying full attention. But one of the guys who turns out to be a government witness, he and they were like, oh, this guy, he shows up at always testifies. And that's what's going to happen to Michael Cohen. He's going to testify in every case. Okay, so he's going to testify and all. This is the beginning. The first one he's going to talk about is the election money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Okay, is he going to go down with somebody? I see the Brody guy. Really? Oh, really? Brody? Yeah. How interesting, huh? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Huh? So I think it's financial campaign finance stuff. Okay. And anything else for this is it for now. The foreign money, channeling the foreign money, and it's connecting to NRA. This is why. Okay, but like I said, guys, I believe the reason why. Okay, Michael Cohen, I know you're direct and everything. So why you're there? Tell me what are you doing there? Just tell me what is the purpose. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go say what I know. I'm gonna tell them. I'm telling them, and I'm just gonna go in public. I'm gonna say what I want to say. Okay, so guys, the other thing I'm getting here, and like I said, guys, I don't want you guys to be like, oh my God, it's not gonna happen. It doesn't happen. But there's so much, I believe this time, it sounds like there's a few clues here and there. But what I get here, I'm prefacing this with this because I want to say that I think tomorrow, okay, I kind of feel like tomorrow this is going to happen because what I sense to hear is that he was rehearsing something today. It was a rehearsal of what's going to happen. There's going to be a huge media, and I feel like he's rehearsing the like the car parking, or like how he's going to be parked, or how do you explain it? Yeah, sort of like there's going to be a media what is it? Media blizzard or something like that. How do I leave the building? How do I, because also they have to make sure that he is not, obviously they know that he's, people want to give him little colonial teeth. Yeah, right? So they have to make sure that everything is safe. Okay, so that's what I feel, guys. Okay, he's not gonna be. I don't know where he is, because he's probably under witness protection, but I think he went there with this purpose, and it's gonna be overnight. Okay, and the reason why they're doing it now, tomorrow, is just that because it's a federal holiday. It's the beginning of the week. It's the Monday. For it's like, if you're a federal employee, Monday tomorrow. Okay, kind of thing. And so this was already, and they're like, that's what I think. Okay, so he's rehearsing for this, and there's going to be more indictments coming. It's so interesting. I see again Kushner's face for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, so it's weird. Okay, but I don't want to, because I always ask about Kushner, but we should make a note here. Kushner at the end. Okay, imagine if Kushner tomorrow. Yeah, Jared. So okay. So, all right. So then next. Oh my God, there's so much informations. So much questions. Okay, guys. So then, there's several questions here. Okay. Oh my God. So intense, right? Very intense. Okay. So then the other question, let's move to the next, which is the guy. It's a little dark, but I kind of want to do it. I don't know. Sorry for family. If it, I'm sorry to bother, if you guys, bothered. God bless his soul. Okay. However, are you effing with the motherfucking Russians? I'm sorry, I need to find out information. Okay? So this is the guy. His name is Damon Nelson. He looks like he's a young guy, okay? And suddenly he died. Oh, really? What happened? I don't know. So let me close my eyes and find out what happened. Was there foul play? What happened? What autopsy? Is there going to be an autopsy, or what's the deal here? I want to know. Sorry, I know we just went over there, Damon, but I need to know what the hell. Okay. Okay, so that happened. Okay. So okay. Guys, you know what? It's okay. So it's interesting here about this guy, okay? Because I I feel like the cause of death. I'm like, and please forgive, like I said, bless his soul. I don't know, this is not the truth or whatever. Okay, so the sense I get about this guy is that the cause of death was. It's like it showed me that the linings of the stomach and the intestines were almost as if you had drank some sort of acid or whatever it was. It was extremely acidic, and it kind of was like creating this internal bleeding from the tissues in the stomach and maybe intestines or something like that. Okay, and that poison. Okay, then it showed that he was walking. It's almost like he was drunk or he was walking. He drank something, and then this began to create this effect, and it okay, so what okay, so then you drank this thing, and it's showing me now as I'm describing this that the effect of condensation, it's almost as if something, it's not instant. Okay, there's different, because I watch a lot of psychic not forensic files. They don't have Russians on psychic, forensic files, but they have these different poisons or different kinds. But the one that the thing that it shows here is that it's almost like it's some sort of liquid, but then it becomes a stone, or I know it's complicated. It's like becomes like a little like acidic stones or something. Notice how it sounds complicated. And then it kind of weighs. It shows that it's heavy. So metal, right? Heavy metal poisoning. That's the thing. Heavy metal poisoning, and it kind of okay. It's kind of like heavy. Okay, so no, Debbie, I don't know if you just arrived, but basically not lead. Okay. I'm just saying it's heavy metal poisoning, okay? Because like I said, if you watch forensic files, that's what they call it. When you have to test for something, there's something called forensic metal testing. There's metal testing or metal. It's some sort of exam that you have to do, okay? I don't know, guys. It's not important what it is, okay? It's not important what the name of it. It's not irrelevant. But what I'm saying, if you go look for forensic files, they tell you there's like a heavy metal test in the blood or something like that. They have to figure out. Okay, there's different elements. It's not obvious stuff. Okay, it's not like stuff. You have to look up poisoning. It's very complicated. They have all these thallium. They have different ones that nobody knows. Okay, like it's very, very specialized. It's not like stuff that rat stuff. Okay, no, it's not like those. It's something else. So this is what I think, guys. Okay, I could also be, because maybe. Is this alcohol? I don't think it, because it's like he ingested this, and it's a clear liquid that he ingested probably alongside drinks. Okay, and I think he was a contact here. I feel like a lot of times Nunes would not contact the Russians directly. He would send those people like him, and he may have shared. I've seen this guy sharing intelligence information with the Russians as well. Okay, that they would give him, but mostly he was giving information to the Russians, which is possible. And somehow they may have known that he was something, guys. This is the sense. Okay, like I said, guys, if you don't know what's going on, I'm talking, go back to the post. I referenced all of this in the post earlier today, like right at the same page, okay? Same page that you could see the information, who it is, what the person's name, okay? Anyway, so that's, I mean, like I said, it's not like I want to be like, oh, he was poisoned, watch out, whatever, but that's what I see here. I don't think he was a drug user, because I said it's a poisoning of some sort. I don't believe he was a drug user. It's not like he was using, it's not like meth. Like I said, it's these things that are toxic and they kind of destroy the insides, okay? So it's kind of like, it's just something very toxic, and it looks like he's kind of like, oh, dizzy, and then it just kind of weighs very heavily. He was yellow, okay, and it looks like a liver failure. It's showing liver could create liver failure, but there's this internal bleeding in the tissues that were also happening. But if the person doing the autopsy is not very skilled, it shows as liver failure, okay, No, Sparky, he just died. It takes a while to do You know what I mean? What do you say? These tests, it takes a while. You know, even if there's all these poisons that are rare, are kind of difficult to trace. You know, it does not. He just died. Okay, so no, I don't think they do. I don't think it's a known thing. But like I said, guys, you know, don't take it too hard. Don't take it too seriously. Like, I don't know, could be some. I don't want it to be like, oh look, this is on Oswald. He was poisoned. I think he was. Yes, I believe. But you know, we still have to find out more information. I think there's going to be information coming out about him also. Okay, how he was connected to um to Nunes, and he's done work for Nunes. He's traveled on behalf of Nunes. You know how remember how Nunes supposedly was like, you wanted to go to England or something like that. You know, those kinds of things. So he's, you know, this guy, he is a little shady. Okay, obviously if you work for Nunes, you have to be shady. So it's kind of, you know, there's these things. So like I said, and I see these guys, you know, it's like those Russians, they're kind of used to it. It's not that hard for them. Okay, but I feel like he was traveling abroad probably, and he had a conversation, he met people's, and he fancied himself as a kind of, not James Bond, you know, he thought of himself as like this guy, you know, dangerous adventures or something, but he was, the Russians are just kind of like laughing at him, like he's so minor, you know, from his perspective. Okay, so it's just like they're burning sources here. Okay, so that was what it is. Okay, so anyway, so that's it. Moving on. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to say about this guy, which is a little bit strange. Okay, I know, you know, Schiff supposedly liked him or whatever. I get the sense that he's still not aware. It's like, you know, some spirits are still earthbound kind of thing. Like they don't get it. They don't understand the light. You know, they don't go for it. It takes them a while to like wake up to what's happening. And not just that he died, but that he was vibrating on a very low level. So it's kind of like he's still justifying what he did. Okay. So he's still justifying what he did as something like, oh no, but I'll do the right thing. His ego is still like, he's still kind of like in his mind, the ego is still playing and kind of like going around and around. Okay. So anyway, but I don't think, guys, you know, this is not, it shows that, you know, the things that I'm seeing here, the guy, you know, poison, it's not like it's not like, oh, we're going to do this for a sign. It's not like the Italian mob where it's like, oh, you die with with a bird in your mouth or something. No, it's not like this. It's something more generic where whoever is connected to something, then they try to burn the person. But it's not like, it's much more, they kill more often. Okay, it's more like, oh, annoying bye kind of thing, like more like garbage. I'm serious. Like it's like they have a much colder how do I say this? I feel like the sense here is that none of this is really passion. You know, like for example, you know, when you see those in the Italian mob, it's like, you betrayed us. You had to, you know, you were like another Sicilian who betrayed, like you were Cosa Nostra. You know what I mean? It's different. In this case, it just shows that it's a little bit like, it really is it's like you get rid of the person when the person is too much danger or something like that. It's a little colder. It's not as like, oh, you're my family. You know, no. It's like, you know, it's almost like I'm serious, guys. It's like recycling. Seriously, it's like, oh, that we're done with using this person. Let's get rid of them and we find somebody else. You know, it's not like, oh, you know, you signed it, you had an oath, or you used the blood, you're part of us. No. It's like, oh, bye. Done. So anyway, guys, like I said, this could be controversial. I don't want it to make it like super controversial, but that's what I see. I'll tell you what I'm seeing. Okay, I just don't feel like there's just something really, it was not a natural death. Okay, that seems very likely to me. Okay. So then, but like I said, you know, he still is like, he's still kind of not aware of what's going on. Okay, he's not because, which shows, you know, we know that these people, I'm sorry to say this and I don't mean to pass judgment, but you know, those people who are doing these evil things, like they always, it's telling me this too, that these people who do evil things, they always look to the low vibration for confirmation. So when they're like, oh, is this, you know, sometimes the conscious knocks and they're like, oh, but I'm doing the right thing. Of course I'm doing the right thing. It's like they're always justifying it to themselves. So when they would justify to themselves, their vibration would lower even more. So they're not used to seeing the light. It's almost like they have this internal process to prevent the light from coming out. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So now let's move on. Guys, there's so much information. It's crazy. Okay. Okay. So then the next person is this guy, Alexander Malkevich, arrested at the Reagan airport. I don't even know what was Reagan airport. Is it DC? I don't remember. Is it DC? I think it could be. So anyway, so this guy was arrested, okay, over the weekend. Okay. So what happened? Where is this guy? What's going on? Why was he? I mean, I don't know why he was arrested, but more information. Okay, so tell us about this guy. What happened? Why was he arrested? What happened? What are the circumstances of his arrest? Okay, so what I understood here, guys, is that this guy who was arrested, he has this website. It's like one of those like troll farm websites, okay, about this kind of like racist propaganda stuff like that. They publish all this stuff, but that this guy, and apparently it's common, with Russians, that they have these they have a public job and then they have a private job. There are a lot of times is a lot of times they I'm sorry, we're getting this. I'm gonna close this. Okay, so okay, a lot of times they have these other jobs. Okay, so this guy supposedly is the head of this propaganda website, which is some random news site. But the reason why he came to the U.S. was on his capacity as basically an Russian intelligence officer. Okay, so what it shows, guys, this is kind of this is connected to the election. Okay, so I feel like he went. I don't know. For some reason, and I could be wrong. Okay, he went to Florida. He was in Florida. Okay, too. I feel like I see him plugging in and plugging some sort of voting machine. I just feel like this could be, of course, a symbol for the election itself. But I have a sense that creating, obviously, these websites. Okay, creating these websites is very the content is the same. It's very something that could be passed to others. But what I sense here is that he came and he has these like mechanical ability to change. I don't know, explain it. It's almost like he's a mechanical engineer also. I don't know if he is, but there's a sense where he has another role. And there's something here with voting machines, and he went, under the cover for this thing, talking about propaganda, but there's more to it, okay? And that, yeah, there's a sense of something related to hacking here. Could be like the votes or hacking, and that these covers, it's like showing me also now Brad Pascal also, meaning that it's like the facade is this marketing thing, but the reality is something else. Okay, so he knows it's not just that he works with these troll farms, but that he has connection to these hacker farms. Okay, there's obviously, you know the difference, right? The hacker is a person who goes into the computer system and changes things. The troll farm is just a person who writes mean comments online. Okay, so that's that. Now, okay, so what were the circumstances of his arrest and why, and how did they catch him? Of course, he was already being watched. He had been to the U.S. before, and it's showing here the reason why Mueller indicted the other people, the woman in the troll farm, is because in a way he knows this woman who was never going to come here. She was an accountant, but this guy, the reason why those people were not indicted is because they were already observing them before. So they don't want to tell them, or they'll be like, oh, they don't want to create the suspicion that they were being watched, right? So they only first indicted the Russians were abroad, Russia or whatever. And now they went in and got these people who were feeling, they were like, oh, I'm at home here. Yeah, hello. Oh, I'm here to talk to Rose, the second investigator. So, you know what I mean? So this is interesting. And I think they know they, yeah, he was being monitored. Okay. And, yeah, I think he was trying to, he may have returned. I think he was going back home. Okay. It was not when he got off the airplane. It was when he was coming back. I don't know, guys. Because I feel like he may have, this is the thing, he may have taken the, what is it called? He may have been, this is the sense I got. He transferred the airplane, you know what I mean? Like, I believe he may have been in Florida, okay? I don't think he was just going to DC. And this is why I'm still getting this sense, guys. I mean, there's a weekend Florida, but there was some sort of like big Russian headquarters down there, and they're gonna, either gonna about to bust it or something. Okay, so what information did he have with himself that he caught, and what information? I'm sure that he's not gonna talk or whatever, but what? How do they link this guy to everything that's going on? Yeah, they got his computer, his phone, everything. Twitter and everything. So what did he have on him? Codes. They had these numerical codes. Oh, what is it called? Key, security key. Yeah, it's like these computer website security keys. Okay, he had his kind of code information, okay, about these, and I think maybe the machines. Okay, it's like also maybe little chips. I don't know, guys. There's a sense here where he had all these materials, the propaganda materials, and they had these meetings about propaganda, whatever, or they call it, media efforts or whatever. But this was the facade, because the reality was there was another purpose to this. Okay. There was also, he was also sending messages and stuff. So the Russians felt like, and this is why, guys, I said before, they were like, they arrested these people behind the scenes or in the night or something. And they were feeling very confident that all these people that they were pushing as propagandists and all these things, they would never be found out. They would never be, oh yeah, of course, now they know that we were around or whatever. But no, now they suddenly, I've said before, they were like retracting. They suddenly realized that no, in reality, they were just not acting. And then they're acting, and then they're getting arrested. So what's going to happen to this guy? Is he going to flip? Is he going to be in jail for a long time? No, I don't think he's going to flip. He's going to be in jail. 12 years, something. But it's saying that the information they got just from what he was carrying was useful. I mean, he was already being tracked. All these Russians, as soon as they step in the U.S., they're tracked. But because they got too comfortable, they're already conducting business. You're sort of like, no, I'm on Twitter. Nobody cares. No, I have contact with a lot of people. Nobody cares. Similar, okay? Something similar. But that this guy, he comes off as a lowly man or whatever, right? This Alexander person, but that in reality, he's very, very intelligent, and he's high ranking or whatever in the intelligence service. Okay, so, okay, so then, okay, now, oh my God. So, oh my God, a lot of information, many information. Okay, so let's see here quickly. Okay, guys, so, wow. Okay, so then, guys, Jeremy Corsi expects to be charged. Okay, so that's the next one. Okay, so let me just ask this. So what's going on with Jeremy Corsi? With Jeremy Corsi being indicted, what's going to happen? Is this really going to happen now, the next few days? And who else goes down with him? Is he going to be indicted in isolation? What's going to happen? What else? Okay, so guys, right away I see Roger Stone, WikiLeaks, the Julian Assange, Andrew Miller, the other guy who's trying to sue Mueller or whatever. All these people that are connected to Roger Stone are going to be indicted probably at the same time, okay? Because they are saying they are part of a conspiracy, and obviously, when not obviously, but when they do these indictments of conspiracies, they also indict the people who are the main people and the other people who are connected to the conspiracy. So he's going to be part of this conspiracy. Um, it's going to be one because it shows here it's one case where then there's all these people involved or whatever. So it's like it's interesting because like they're saying they're right. It's a story. It's almost like reading a book. So the story here is Roger Stone and the connection to WikiLeaks and the pursuit of Hillary's emails. So it's showing that there's multiple people connected to the emails, and it's showing Rebecca Mercer also later. But it's just this one particular part of it. Okay, so that's what, and it's telling me Thursday, Friday, because I feel like this is the sense I get, guys, that for some reason I could be wrong. Don't get too excited. That Michael Cohen could be tomorrow, but I feel like these guys could be Thursday or Friday. Okay, not exactly right now for some reason. Okay, I don't know why, but it's like maybe it's like they do one at they can't do all of those. Okay, right away. Okay, now I'm looking at this guy, Alexander. I'm going back here, looking at just glanced at my notes. So this guy is there. I want to know if there's more Russians. Remember how I had seen this? The Russians would be arrested behind the scenes. More Russians connected to this guy or other Russians that were arrested as well. I want to know. Were there more Russians connected? Mm-hmm. Everybody he contacted here, there was knock on door. Federal and law enforcement. So wow, guys, you know what's funny? I had seen this. I don't think I talked about it very much, but I had seen there's all these Russians were in town meaning the U.S. for the elections, and they're getting a lot of them. Okay, because remember there was somebody I saw something on Twitter. Somebody saying that this woman who was a specialist in Russian, she came to observe elections. She was in Montana, right? Like during our election. Oh, what is Russia? It's like, what the hell are you doing here, bitch? You know what I mean? So, okay. Yeah, I feel like these people they could be in custody. And it's showing that the reason why, because what I also looked up information about this guy, and it also somebody said on Twitter, I saw the link, that the Russian embassy had posted this. Oh, he was arrested, anybody didn't know anything. And it's telling me here the Russians said this because he was undercover as a journalist, quote unquote. So this was a journalist, do you know him? No, we don't. But the others were not journalists, so they can't claim like, oh look, they arrested Russian, because they know that these people were connected to the operation of this current election, and they can't be like, oh, everybody was sent over to watch over election is arrested. It's wrong. It's wrong, right? So they can't be like that. So that's why I think there's more people who are arrested, at least being interrogated. Okay, like in the sense of like, oh, so you know him? No, I'm Italian. I'm Italian. Don't speak Russian. No. Huh. No, I'm Italian. Oh. What do you think? Huh. So, so this is it, guys. Okay, and there's like this super secret because they know that everybody in the Trump administration is defending the Russians. So they're like, yeah, who sent you here? Who are you going to talk to? It's like finding out the Americans who were. But I feel like by the time these people are arrested, the information already exists on them. It's not. It's not like, oh, he's wearing a strange shirt. Let's arrest him. No, no. It's by the time they're arrested, they already have all the information about them. So what are you talking about, Debbie? No, they're not getting an advance warning. They're just being arrested. Okay, so that's it. So anyway, I was gonna say here. Anyway, so that's that, guys. Okay, that's what I feel like. Now I'm getting tired. Okay, I should go. So so that's that, guys. It's a lot. Okay, and it's one of those things. I don't think I can. We'll see how it's gonna come out. Okay, I keep seeing Kushner again, but I almost don't want to ask. Okay, let's see. Maybe is Kushner gonna be indicted now? Where is Donald Jr.? Guys, remember I said before, this is kind of creepy, okay? Remember how before a while back I said there was this Metallica song, For Whom the Bell Tolls, okay? I'm kind of getting something similar, okay? About, I think it's either Don Jr. and something about Kushner. I don't know if, I hope they don't die or something, but there's a sense like, take a look at the sky just before you die. It's the last time you will. So it's kind of like, it's this very it's this heavy metal song, whatever. It's like take a look at the sky just before you die. It's the last time you. So so it's kind of like it's really heavy. The lid is being closed on them. Okay, so are you guys there? Okay, I don't know. I'll sing comments. So interesting. Okay, so yeah, I feel like it's bad news for them. Okay, for whoever is connected to Trump, like to the family. I For some reason, guys, I feel like Kushner is hovering here, but I don't feel. I just obviously I always get a bad feeling about him. Okay, but yeah, there's a weird. I have a weird sensation here, like suicide or something. I don't know if you. I'm just gonna put it out there. Okay, I don't know what's gonna happen. He has children. He probably wouldn't do that, but I just have a weird sense about right now. Kushner seems kind of distant. Like he's not here anymore, or like whatever. I don't know, but it's really like it shows is very dark here. Look, take a look at it. Like the imagery and the sense I'm getting is very, very dark. Okay, so we'll see, guys. Tomorrow's another day. There's gonna be who knows. Like I said, don't take it everything I say with a grain of salt. Timing is weird, but it's just like I wanted to find out all this information, and I did. Okay, so I think I think I'm gonna go. Okay, I don't know. I don't have more comments. So okay, so yeah, it was just kind of crazy, guys. I feel like I just kind of had so much to say, and I'm like getting a little bit tired. But yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, it looks like a lot. There's gonna be a lot of information. Okay, I'm sorry, a lot of stuff happening. A lot. Okay, I believe, and I say that it looks like it could be, but now it really feels like at least one indictment, big indictment, or something like that is gonna happen by the end of the week. Okay, it just seems like it's like vomiting all this information, right? So, but yeah, I have this weird like ghost of Kushner. It's weird. He's everywhere. He's all the time. But I don't know where are you. I'm gonna go say goodbye now. See you later. He's going. I'm going. I'm going. He's like I'm going. I'm going. So yeah, maybe he knows it's over for him. Yeah, but I love this song. It should say, "Take a look at the sky just before you die. It's the last time you will." That's amazing. Like I hope so. Yeah. So right. Yeah. Right. So it's like, but it shows, guys, it's gonna be very dark. I've said before, guys. Everybody who's involved in this rush, I think they're laughing for two. When they look back, whoever survives this, like when they look back into their lives, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's right. It was funny for 2 years, and then hell. I had 40 years of hell after that." So right. So it's very interesting, guys. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be like they'll be like, "Oh, we're so naive." You know, it's like those people are gonna suffer the consequences of this. What they've, I'm serious. Like I think there's gonna be very hardcore laws again. I mean, right? Because they betrayed 330 million people at least. But anyway, so that's what I think, guys. You know, it's gonna be rainy on weather for you. Yeah, for us. Oh, guys, look, I have here. Who knows? Christmas, early Christmas. Who knows? Yeah, this week. Have early Christmas and little letter, little letters for to Roger Strong from Robert Miller. Have a little letter for you. What does it say? Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. So yeah. So I've been good. I've been good. No, that I should've. So I had to go. I said, you know, I did go get some Christmas because you imagine if it's early Christmas. I have another letter here for who? Don Jr. Robert Mueller. Bye, Felicia. So anyway, guys, yeah, I didn't want to. I don't like the writing, but anyway, hopefully it's Christmas, early Christmas, this week. Yeah. So look at me. I never wear this. You know, my head is so huge. You would be shocked at how big my head is. My God. So no, don't like this. This better look. Yeah, this is not very flattering. I don't know. It has a lot of blue and the white. I don't know. So anyway, so so who knows, guys? That's why I hope it's early Christmas for us. Okay. All right. So have a good night and sleep well. Who knows tomorrow? But I'll be back tomorrow. I feel like tomorrow, guys, is gonna be one of those days. There's hopefully, you know, I don't want to get excited, but imagine tomorrow's gonna be those days like all these like explosions of news. Hopefully. What time? The same time today as today, 7:30. Okay. All right. So we'll know. Find out. Okay. All right. Good night. Okay. Bye. Bye.